Hey there, friends and enemies, JoPaWrites here again, and today we got the official reveal of the showcase for Lightfall coming in Destiny 2. The showcase is August 23rd. We're probably getting Lightfall sometime in spring of next year, I would imagine, if they're keeping in line with past expansions. But I wanted to watch this teaser, go over everything that we already know about Lightfall, as well as some predictions on my end that I'm very excited about that I think will or will not happen. So let's jump into the trailer, and then I'll give my thoughts afterwards. So,
We have seen
pyramid ships lit. Traveler's gonna be in some
the children
problems.
of soul cry out for salvation.
Fortunately, this video is on Twitter, not YouTube, so the quality's not there. Callus and Nuzul'Zor, big part of the story for sure. Erismorn,
You
another
have
huge
no pieces
part.
left to place.
Rolk. Okay. Hopefully we get more bosses like him. And the Witness. Alright, that's the trailer. We also got a official reveal of August 23rd for that showcase, which I'm very excited about. Now, some things people have been talking about with Lightfall that they're expecting to drop. A darkness subclass that's of the poison variety. I don't know if I see that personally. I think there's going to be a delay between when we get the last 3.0 subclass for Arc next season. Then we have one season, and then we would get the darkness subclass. I don't see it happening that fast. I more likely see another super for each of the stasis subclasses in Lightfall. Personally, that's what I would expect to happen instead of a whole new subclass, because we're only going to have one season of the full 3.0 meta before we jump into Lightfall, and I just personally don't anticipate it being that fast. With the development time and how long things take to put into motion, I just feel like there's going to be more of a delay there. Where we may get a revamp is with armor or some kind of upgraded exotic system when it comes to champions especially. So that's me personally. I don't see a darkness subclass, a poison subclass happening with Lightfall. That's just me. Now, as far as a new enemy type, I don't anticipate a brand new enemy type. However, what I would think will happen is something akin to the Hive Lightbearers being with Cabal. I think that could happen. And then our ultimate foe in Lightfall is going to be either something like Callus, Zivurath, something of that nature. And then the final shape, we're finally going to take on the Witness. They could throw a curveball and we fight the Witness in the Lightfall expansion before the final shape being another main big bad behind it. But I think the Witness is the final boss that we're going to face. So storyline wise, my anticipation is going to be we're going to face tremendous loss in Lightfall, whether it's losing characters, losing the last city, losing something of that nature. Zavala could pass. We could fight lose Crow or Mithrax or Keitel, and our allies, our alliance could break apart. And then we have to rebuild that in the seasons leading to the final shape. That's what I think is going to happen, personally. But I could be wrong, and they could be a major curveball waiting for us. However, Destiny tends to leave us clues with regards to the storyline, and it isn't something that's completely out of left field when we finally confront the big bad. Savathun was the boss we were expecting, but I think everyone assumed that there was another threat lurking behind that, especially with the pyramid ships. So that's why I wasn't surprised when the Witness was still there. And I do feel like they're setting up the Witness to be the end-all be-all. They've thrown us for a loop in the past. We killed Oryx fairly easily with Kingsfall and that expansion. So I could be wrong. They could be just building to the Witness as the final opponent in Lightfall, but I don't think that's the case. I think he's a red herring, and we're going to fight his lieutenants all the way up until the final shape. Now, as far as what else to expect, I am of the opinion that we won't get a new playable enemy race. Like I said, no new subclass. What we will need is some kind of change. We already know that not this upcoming season, but the season after, we're getting a complete overhaul to comp in PvP. I think in Lightfall, we're going to get a new way to approach PvE, whether it's a horde mode, whether it's a change to raids or nightfalls or something of that nature. I feel like the PvE meta, the PvE challenges that we're facing is ripe for an overhaul, and I think that happens with Lightfall. And that way, the season of Lightfall leading into the final shape, and then after the final shape, is when we're going to have a different way to approach PvE. That's my personal opinion. I don't have any information fully on that, but I think it's about time. And that's why I don't think a new subclass is coming, because I think the focus is going to be on balancing, going into a new type of endgame content. We have dungeons already pretty significantly. We've all played raids before. We're getting a reprised raid next season. And I think it's time for something new, and I really am anticipating that happening with Lightfall. We already know that the campaign is going to be similar, and that it's going to have a legendary version, which is good. I like that. And hopefully that's going to add some additional rewards to that. Apologies for my dogs in the background. However, overall, I just think that it's time for a change in PvE. I know we're going to get some PvP changes in the next couple seasons as well. Hopefully that's enough to carry people over. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you think that we're getting a new subclass, new enemies, what you think is going to happen with Lightfall. I'd love to hear from you guys. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see all the content leading into next season, the following season, Lightfall, all that kind of good stuff. I will absolutely be covering everything Lightfall from the showcase all the way through the launch of the new expansion. Anyway, mine is JoPa. I hope you have a good one, and I'll catch you all later.